About the process of finding missing kids. This week, some people participated in the National Missing Children's Day. And to continue the discussion, we want parents to hear from Bibb County juvenile investigator Chris Harrell about what you need to know about the investigation process. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it, investigator, I should say. But you know what? How does the investigation process actually start? How does that begin?
Well, obviously, if somebody wants to report a missing child, they'll call the, 911, call the sheriff's office, contact local law enforcement, and then we have officers, that go initially to the scene and they talk to the people and collect information, and then when they make the decision that, there is in fact a missing child, they call investigators and we'll actually come to the scene and begin our interview and our investigation process.
So, Lieutenant Harrell, what are actually some of those clues that you guys piece together to find, these kids that are actually, either lost or have been lost for a very long time? What are some of those clues that you gather? Well,
one of the most important things that you want to do in any investigation, especially involving children, missing children, is find out exactly the last people that saw the person, the missing child, who their friends are, who they might have had contact with, if somebody actually saw them on foot, saw them get into a car with somebody else, or just any of that initial stuff that happened when the child first became missing.
So that first piece of information when they first noticed that child was gone.
That's exactly right. If the child's involved in after-school activities and they don't show up for those activities, it's good to know anything the child's involved in so we can look and see exactly when that child became missing.
So I'm sure there's been some success stories, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's it like, just being able to bring that child together with the family once again?
It's very rewarding. I mean, when you know that there's a child missing, and then you get out and you basically get out and you work the investigation, then you find the child and bring them back. I mean, just to see the families come together and just see the fulfillment with my job, it makes it a lot easier. It's a good feeling. Especially
when parents see that face of their child. So, speaking of parents, what pieces of advice do you have for parents if they have a child missing, or maybe their neighbor's child is missing? What can you tell them?
Well, the main thing is we need to know, all the specifics about the child, height, weight, hair color, eye color, all the different things. There's different programs that they offer, locally, that you can take your children in there and they can actually do these identification cards and stuff, and that just makes it easy for us because the information is readily available and we can put it out there. There's government services, the Amber Alert system,
right?
And the quicker we can get the information up, the quicker, we can have people looking for the children.
All right, well, thank you, Lieutenant Harrell, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and as always, if you need help, dial 911, or you can also contact your local law enforcement.